Hello, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Samuel Clark, and this is FirstKliq podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Deshaun Watson's case and the Golden State Warriors and Boston Celtics series and the Phillies' 8-winning streak game coming up. I cannot believe it. It's amazing. And then we're going to talk about relationships. Well, actually, we're going to start off with the relationships. Yeah. Well, let's start about the intro first.
So I always have conversations. Like, this is a conversation I wanted to have because we live in this world now where we like people. We have our significant. We have the people that we have these sort of feelings for. Can my host can say the same?
Yes.
We are. Let's be honest. Now I'm going to roast myself, and everybody can roast me later. We are not the most good-looking people.
Yes.
I will be honest.
I got no bitches, actually.
What's that?
I got no bitches.
It's fine. I wouldn't say I was the same way. I think when you get older and you get more mature, I think we live in this life and live in this world where we think, oh, we can find that certain someone or that significant other. I think
over the years, you're going to get older and older, and then you're like a grown up, and now you're getting all this stuff.
When did you learn? All right, let me ask this. When did you really learn about, like, just girls, like, in general?
Well, I actually have been single for actually 8 years or 9 years or 10 years. I don't even know anymore. I mean, I'm going to be 23 in August. It's a little bit sad.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, dude. What was your first relationship like? Oh Lord.
I mean, I don't know really, because it was complicated. It was really like, I don't really know.
Complicated how though? Like, just.
It was just, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. It was my first relationship for the first time, and I was 13, just basically like I didn't really know about like the whole relationship, really. I when I was a few years, I thought I was rushing it, and never rush. Always never rush. You got to try to date this person for a couple months, and then when your time is ready, then you could do like other stuff, rated R stuff, I didn't say it.
YouTube, please do not demonetize us.
YouTube, don't worry. I didn't said anything. I only said rated R. That's only it.
Please don't demonetize us. We're good people in our own ways. You can ask me the same stuff though too.
What was your relationships like?
Oh Lord. So I wish I learned more. Like, I think you can agree with this. I feel like we could have learned more about, like, having this significant, like, interest in, like, a girl and everything. I wish we learned that more. I know you probably learned it from your parents. I wish I did a little bit more, but I wish, like, in school, the teachers taught us, like, to learn how to love someone, how to, like, care about someone. That's how I learned it.
Oh, the internet now. I'm joking.
Please don't demonetize us, please, again.
No.
Please don't. So I never really had a relationship the same age that you were. I probably did not. I wasn't into girls and everything. I was still an athlete. Mm-hmm. Yes, girls were interested into me. It's hard. Yeah, some girls were interested into me. I just wasn't interested in them because it's the life we live and everything. I just didn't see a relationship as a necessity to me. And I don't want to be dragging a girl around like along like a pawn as well. I think I had to learn that when I was in high school. Because yes, you guys can look up my name and everything. I'll probably newspapers, everything else you know. But yes, I did have some girls like me at the time, and there were times that I was like, should I pursue? And it made me think too. I was like, will we ever see each other again? Will this relationship work? Is she a good person? Does she have a like? I'm going to tell you guys this 100% honest with almost some of you guys and some of you girls as well. That whoever watches this, if they have a good personality and they won't be like a piece of trash and a dick to you, they're going to be the one. It doesn't matter if you're ugly. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if he's like a freaking supermodel or fucking Fashion Nova or something. It shouldn't. But
yeah, be shy. I mean, it's a bad mistake if you'd be shy. If you're
ladies, I'll send Samuel Clark. I'll send the ladies Sam's phone number if you guys are wanting to pursue. But that's not the point. So my first relationship actually was in college. Yeah, everything was good. There was things that happened that she made those things go away. And then there was this was my first relationship. So I had to realize I'm 20 years old. The same thing how you say YouTube do not demonetize us. The rated R things in this world. Yes, but I broke up with her because I felt like I was in the right set of mind with things. And I felt, what's that?
Were you rushing?
I will agree with Sam. Yes, I was. Yeah, there was times I was rushing with it. I wish I got to know her so much more rather than been like, I'm already in a relationship with somebody. I wish I didn't wait 2 days, 2 days after. Yes, she's she was a nice girl and everything. There were too many things going on. My life was already in shambles and everything else going on. And she made everything better. It was just like, oh, it's the same thing that we learned. Like we have these life lessons that we've learned from our parents that get passed down to us, that will get passed down to like generation after generation.
Let's talk about sports today.
Yes, sir. Okay. I think I was the one that wanted to talk about Deshaun Watson's trial case. Okay. This crap, I can't no more. I know I talked about this about the first episode with Amber Heard, how worse it was. But this, bro, it can't get worse. Like we were literally just talking about 40 something girls that goes up to like 26 women. Or not 26 plus 26 women. It went to like 66 women, man. I don't
even like Antonio Brown's like drama all over again.
This isn't worse than Antonio Brown. Because the thing is this, Antonio Brown wasn't doing all this stuff with multiple girls. I don't know what to think about Deshaun Watson anymore. But the only thing I can let me ask you this.
Great quarterback, I have to say.
He is a great quarterback right now. He's a great quarterback right now. But let me ask you this. I was listening to one podcast this was like this afternoon a little bit before we started this. They were talking about Deshaun Watson. Do you believe that Deshaun Watson should be banned from the NFL for all the things that are now coming up?
I mean, if he keeps doing this, he's probably going to get banned. I mean, I remember a few years back, there was a situation with there's this NFL player. His name was Johnny Manziel. He pretty much did like the same thing, except he did pretty much a lot of partying, and NFL got kicked him out. He joined the CFL, and then after that, he went to the arena football or something. I don't even know.
The controlled fan league.
Yeah,
It's
and
a,
then after that, it's like that other football league of what's it called? Like the
FCCL.
yeah, like I was that like the Wayne Rock, the Rock Johnson basically kind of made this league or something.
No, someone else did. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm sitting in a standstill because of this. I don't believe it's 66 women. I don't believe that. I feel like half of this shit's a bunch of fucking malarkey. And excuse my language, but no. I look at this. If there are some girls, there's going to be a bunch of girls that want to ride the train ride and say, he did this to me, or he did this to me. Yes, I'm going to hate saying this, and it's not by the thing of race. I'm not going to bring that up because I know it's going to be about it, and I'm not going to talk.
I mean, it's really just
it is not
because it's just like also, I mean, there's so many NFL players get so many like.
But we're talking about this. We're talking about Deshaun Watson, a top 10 quarterback right now in our league. So far right now, that people believe that he should be banned. But then we see like, oh, Josh Gordon with marijuana and everything else. This dude, this with everything else going on. Colin Kaepernick that has been blackballed and everything else that's been going on in this league, who should be able to get a backup or maybe a starting position job. But then we look at what the Browns just did this offseason. They gave this man 100 and something guaranteed.
Yeah, Cleveland fucked up their season. And I know you guys have Baker. I know it might be in a backup plan. I get it. But it's just you pretty much fucked up your cap space. That's the one thing that this might be a little bit.
But I believe if he does get banned from the NFL for all of this stuff that's going on, I believe that they should be able to get their money back. I believe they should get their money back because even if he can't play this whole entire year, they should take his money, some of that guaranteed money that he was supposed to get this year. If he's not even able to play this year, this might be Baker Mayfield. I hope you take this opportunity. Like, yes, I get this opportunity to do something well. I hope you do take this opportunity to just prove people like, oh, you are not just a fluky number one pick quarterback. We've seen so many of them, and I don't think you are one.
And it's kind of like the Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley didn't even. Okay, that whole situation with that, man, he wasn't even playing. He shouldn't even get suspended for that. That was just stupid. Even I think that's a bunch of malarkey. I swear. But I don't know what to say. I want to see Deshaun Watson in this league. But if he gets banned, he gets banned. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can control. If he gets banned from the NFL, he gets banned from the NFL. What can you really do?
Watson, try to save Cleveland's season. Like, I know you really, over the years, you've been trying to get out of Houston. I get it. Houston is basically not so great. I mean, I know Houston made a playoff berth for like the last 2 years, and then just
right now, yeah, I don't care right now. Houston's sitting pretty right now. They don't even care. They like, oh, we got rid of that train wreck, and we brought them to Cleveland. Now all this stuff's getting brought up.
Yeah,
Houston don't even care anymore. They sitting pretty. They sitting pretty. Let's talk about the Celtics versus Warriors. Steph Curry goes off for 43 points. Andrew Wiggins went off for some reason, which is actually kind of strange of Andrew Wiggins to go off in some games.
You saw that play when a player was wide open for three, and then he just basically just passed it to Steph Curry, and he just made the three.
What can you like?
I feel like he could actually made it, but if he's good at threes.
What do you do? You just have a phenomenal shooter. I'm waiting for this to be said, but let me ask you this: who do you believe is the best point guard? Magic Johnson, or we gotta go Steph Curry? Let me ask you.
I I mean, Magic Johnson, he's a legend. Steph Curry, he's a legend too. I mean, he's like the best 3-point god. And I miss the whole uh the Splash Brothers, but I think I mean I know you guys still have the Splash Brothers, but Klay Thompson, I feel like he's kind of a little bit like coming back from that Achilles injury.
Yeah.
So it takes so much time, and I feel like they were pretty much rushing this whole injury situation because I know
He's
I
been out
get
for
it.
He's been out for 2 years, man. I think he was itching. He waited until January. I think he was itching. He was itching to play. I think he just missed playing basketball. Yes, he was doing his rehab and all that stuff. I think he just missed it. He missed 2 years. They should have made the playoffs last year. They didn't make playoffs last year. They decided to retool that team a little bit more. And now with him back in the mix, yes, it's a process, but I think we get to come to a realization is this. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, yes, they're gonna always be the Splash Brothers. And at the end of the day, you gotta realize too this. We didn't know what Klay Thompson we were gonna get. We didn't. He waited 2 years. I think he was itching to get ready to play, and I don't blame him.
Now, the one question is Draymond Green is going to be having his last year in Golden State?
No, he ain't leaving. I don't think he's leaving.
Is he going to retire?
I don't see Draymond Green retiring because at the end of the day, Draymond Green is a phenomenal player. Yes, he doesn't need to score the ball. He's just a defensive player. Grab rebounds, give you your assists and everything. I don't think he should be considered to be a menace in this league, but we come to a realization of this too. Like he plays with heart. That's all you gotta play with is a bunch of heart. You don't even need to score points and everything else. Yes, it sucks that he's not doing well this finals, but I think his years at Golden State are not done and over with. I don't think they are. I don't see it.
Is it going to be like I keep saying? Is it going to be like the Boston and Miami series going to Game 7?
I really hope it is.
I think it would be interesting just to watch that.
It will be interesting for Game 7, but I want to be honest.
I think the last time it was with Cleveland and Golden State.
Golden State, yep.
Yeah.
And we know how that turned out.
And then I think my favorite series was the Miami Heat and Spurs series. That was probably like the best series, really.
Yeah, I still don't want to say Game 7 yet. I still got to root for the Celtics. I'm still saying Celtics.
I mean, I'm saying the Celtics is obviously going to win, but do you really think that Boston could actually win in Game 7? Because Golden State is really hard. It's a hard series. I get it.
Yes and no, but I hope we see Boston win Game 5. So then the thing is this: there's a party in Boston Game 6. I'm still saying Game 6, even though it would be nice to see a Game 7 in Golden State. If I'm not changing my answer either way. It's going to be Boston 6 or 7. I'm still going to say it. I got to root for the Celtics. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown was my boy. I've been talking about Jaylen Brown ever since he came out the draft. I said, people watch out. He is really, like, people are like, oh, he went to California University. That's not a good school. He should have played for UCLA or some other school. No. I'm telling people right now, Jaylen Brown's the real deal. I hope he wins this ring because for the sake of humanity, I love that. I love that kid. I love that man. That man has done good for this league and everything. Marcus Smart, he deserves to get this ring. He's the longest player on this team for a reason. They kept him over Kyrie for a reason. They're in the championship for a reason. I'm just hoping we see it coming to fruition. The Celtics actually win the series.
And I wanted to say that there's for 5 seconds, I want to talk about this. I did not tell them this, but congratulations for Calgary Stampeders. This is the CFL, even though really CFL is like not really that interesting. I'm like, okay, it's a little bit interesting with the
Who
whole.
the F cares? Boo! I'm joking. Continue.
The rules is a little bit weird off. I know it. I mean, there's a single. I did not know that there's a single. I went to one game and then I was just like, it's really weird about their. Anyway, moving on.
Let's move on before I fall asleep.
Talk about that Phillies 8-game winning streak. Might be another game coming out.
Well,
Diamondbacks again.
yeah, we're up 4-0 against the Diamondbacks right now.
I'm getting better at baseball knowledge. I know a little bit about baseball, even though still don't know shit.
You're learning. It's the process of learning. But yeah, I'm hoping this. I hope this streak keeps riding on forever. I want to see playoffs. Rob Thompson, that might be the might be the GM of the year. I hope we do.
I think that was it was definitely the general manager. The general manager fucked up your season, and when you fired him, you guys went on a hot streak. I know maybe last year you guys did it a little bit too, because I know a little bit of that in the beginning. You guys had a 6 or 7 game winning streak, and then it fell apart. But I'm really actually rooting for the Phillies, even though don't really give a shit about baseball. But yeah, go Phillies.
We gotta support some Philly team. We don't really have the Sixers. We gotta wait for the Eagles.
Anyway, it was a great episode, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
This is y'all.